We are Carla Martinez Ruiz and Daniela Santayla Rodriguez.
And we are going to explain the parenthesis hierarchy.
Before explaining the parenthesis hierarchy, we have to understand the Sign's law.
The Sign's law says that plus per minus equals minus, minus per plus equals minus, minus per minus equals plus, and plus per plus equals plus. Now let's do some exercises.
For positive,
Per
for negative,
equals,
if it is minus, the multiplication will be minus also. The result is 12.
minus 12. Minus 5 per minus 4.
Minus per minus equal plus.
It's not necessary to put the sign,
But if you want to, it is correct.
and
The result will be 20
7 per 8.
equals plus, and the answer will be 56. After understanding this part, we can go with the principal theme, which is parenthesis hierarchy.
First, in the hierarchy, we have the parentheses. These are the type of parentheses that we can find in an equation, and they don't have a specific order. Then, we have the square root and the potency, the division and the multiplication, and finally the addition and the subtraction.
Okay, now we are gonna explain this part. Our example is the same problem but with the different order in parentheses. It doesn't really matter if the parenthesis is in
In other place.
Then let's begin our problem, which is 2 per 5, which is 10, and 10 plus 4 is 14. And in the other, 2 per 5, 10 plus 4, 14. And finally the same, 2 per 5, 10 plus 4, 14.
But first we have to make a multiplication because it's more important than the addition.
And in an equation you have to resolve it inside to outside. Here we have some examples with the parentheses and the potential and the square root.
Okay, here is example. First we have to see which is the parenthesis that is on the center. This one is the one of the center, so we have to solve this. And so we see that 4 has a potency which is 2. So we multiply 4 per 4,
Which is 16.
16. And we can see that 9
9 has the square root,
the square root.
and the answer is 3. So 16
Plus
plus 3 equals to 19. Then
This is the parenthesis of the center. We can see that the potency of 2 here is 3.
so 2 per
2
2
per 2,
per 2, which is 8, and the square root of 25 is
which
5.
is 5.
So 8
plus 5 equals 13.
13.
Finally, here we have to solve this first. 4 per 4 equals 16, and the square root of 4 is 2. So 16 plus 2 equals 18.
Easy, right?
Finally, we are going to explain an example in which we included the parentheses, the square root, the potency, the division or multiplication, and this is not necessary to make an example of it because all the
equations have
have
this sign, so it's
like basic.
Now, the first of all is to be with the ones that is inside, which is the parentheses. So minus per minus is plus, 2 per 3 is 6, and now we have the multiplication. Then we see that 6 has the potency, which is 2, so 6 elevated at 2 is 36. Now 36 per 6, it is equal to 216. We want to say thank you, and we hope that this
can help to understand better this theme,
which is parentheses hierarchy.